Miss Jen here. Today we're going to make felted Easter eggs that later we will cut open and hatch our little chick from. So what you will need is a plastic Easter egg, some wool roving, white, and some colored wool roving that different colors will already be packaged up for you in your take-home bag. So first you take your white wool and you want to roll the Easter egg in it, kind of fold in the edges and roll it. What's neat about wool is it has all these little fibers here. I don't know if you can see those little loose, like all the way to the end, little fibers. And the trick is, if you get a hold of them and kind of wrap them, it will lock. Like, keep going until there's the last bit there. It will lock down the wool and hold it down for you, so it's not going to keep popping off. So you want to use those little tiny hairs until almost the last one and wrap it around. It's a little light on this side, so I'm going to add a little more of the wool. I'll have enough in there for the project that you guys will be doing. If you have tufts that are popping up like this, again, kind of pull them out and wrap them, lock them around. Still going. Yeah. So now that you have the white wool wrapped around, you're going to take your colored roving that will be in your packet. You're going to do the same thing. You're just going to kind of wrap it around. Right down to the last little thread there. I'm going to pull a different color. This I'm going to pull out a little, spread out the color. Then you can, almost like a spider web it over the top. And then again, fold your fibers down and pull them to the last little hair wrapped around. If they're popping up too much, just kind of wrap it. And then your other color, I'm going to do the same. And pull it, like web it out. It gives this really pretty marbling effect. Designs are a bit difficult in wet felting for children at this age. So I always prepare the egg for the children first, like wrapping it with all the wool. And I'll have them, help pull the wool out like this for me, and right there in front of them. Okay. And when your egg is all wrapped, then you're ready to wet felt it. So now we have our plastic egg inside the wool roving that we wrapped. We wrapped the white with all the different colors around it. This wet felting is pretty much exactly the same as the bunnies. You'll need soap and a spray bottle. I like using the spray bottle. I'll fill it with soap and then some hot water inside. If you don't have a spray bottle, it's fine. You don't need it. I just prefer it. It works a little easier. You can just drizzle the soap and while you're rolling the ball around like that. And then you can roll it in your hands. Kind of get the soap all the way around and then dip it in the hot and cold water. But for this, again, if you have a spray bottle, I highly recommend it. It's a lot nicer. You can spray the soap and hot water onto your ball of wool. There's the little egg inside. Now what you want to be very gentle at first, rolling your wool. So one, you don't crush the egg inside, and two, you don't get lumpy egg ball. We want to really lock those fibers up. So you start rolling, and you'll feel the ball inside, but you don't want to push real hard, just kind of lightly. And you'll be rolling it around. Eventually, the longer you roll, the tighter the wool will become around the plastic egg, and it will take the shape of the egg. And it'll look like a really colorful Easter egg. And just kind of roll it. And then I'm dipping it in the hot water. And then rolling it again. It's starting to tighten up slightly. So I'm going to do a little bit firmer of a hand. And the kids naturally feel their way through. When it's fluffy like this, you can remind them, you know, be gentle. More gentle with the little baby egg. And then you're going to dip it in the cold water. I got enough soap on here, but after dipping it in the hot and the cold water, if you begin to lose your suds, your soap suds, go ahead and spray again. The kids love spraying. You can't have too much. I mean, you can just rinse it out if there's too much. And this one's already starting to take form pretty quickly, which is nice. You can also use the towel and roll it. This will felt it as well. I've seen people stick these in nylons, kind of tie the bottom and roll it around in the nylon. So I've never done it that way. I like having the feel of the wool and soap on my hands. But it does felt it a little bit quicker. Roll it on the table. One thing, because those plastic eggs inside, if you squeeze too hard, they can pop open, and then it won't hold the egg form. So you want to be gentle. Don't push down too hard while you're rolling on the table. Remind the kids that too. It's ready to do a dip in the hot. Roll around. Unlike the bunny, I mean, you can, you just can't have it set at a really hot temperature. So unlike the bunny, it's not the best idea to put the plastic egg and wool in the dryer to form it. You can, it just has to be on a light setting. So, and it goes pretty quickly, as you see. And hot. You want the water to be as hot as the children can stand it. And you don't want it too hot because they don't want to touch it or do the project or get hurt. But you do want it pretty hot so that it will lock the fibers, just like the bunny. Cold. See, I'm getting soap everywhere. Soap will fly everywhere. In your hair. Sometimes it's fun just to have a soap bubble fight. as you roll it, see it sprays everywhere. It's fine, it's just soap and water. When you're done, you take your towel and you wipe it up. We're almost getting to our egg shape. It's still, this one's really soapy. Put a lot of soap on this one. Hot, see that? So close. It's really starting to take shape now. So once you have the wool tightly wrapped around the plastic egg, you want to take it to the sink and have the kids do this. Run it under cold water and then run it under hot water, and then run it under cold water and then run it under hot water. And you're going to do this back and forth until all the soap is rinsed off. And you'll be rolling it like I am right now under the faucet. It. And there you have a wet felted egg. You lay it out to dry on a towel in a sunny window, and then when it is all dry, it can go in the Easter grass basket along with the little bunny. It would be great for the children to take care of it, maybe sing to it, give it some love, carry it around, give it kisses, because there's a little baby chick inside here, and someday it's gonna hatch. So when your egg is dry and felted, you'll want to cut zigzag lines in the side in order to get the little plastic egg out. So you just kind of snip upwards and downwards. Up and down. Kind of like a little crack mark there. Sometimes you have to go back through, especially if your layers are thick. Snip the wool all the way through. And once you do that, so there's a couple little stragglers there. So it kind of looks like it's cracked. And then you can pop your egg out again on this little strip. And then you can take your little chickie and put him right inside. Looks like he's cracking out of the egg.